Welcome, Kandorians. We're here playing Divine Force, Star Ocean. And we're here doing another session. So let's get into it, okay, guys?
We have arrived.
Okay, so this is a continuation of our previous, where we basically met the two, and basically got information about how we're going to proceed. So we're here trying to proceed.
Are you travelers?
Yeah, last time I checked. Yeah, let's...
You must be tired.
That's the kind of meal that makes you glad to be alive.
And I never did a meal, so that's programmable, apparently.
Where do you want to begin?
First, would you mind telling us whence you hail?
If you thought I said some weird stuff before, brace yourself. I'm from another world. One that's far, far away in the sky.
Another world, you say?
Far away in the sky? You know, like how you can cross a mountain to get to another village, or the ocean to get to another continent. If you fly high enough, you can cross the sky and reach other worlds.
Like the stars? Which star do you call home?
Whoa now. 1, it's a planet, not a star. 2, you can't see it from here.
I've never heard something so asinine.
Well, that's because people on planets like yours don't usually learn this for a couple hundred more years.
At least.
Anyway, my job is to transport cargo between planets. And we now know Duma was...
Mind you, folks, it took humanity at least close to 2,000 years to finally realize, hey, we can build ships to go into space. And we're barely going there as it is. And they say, and it's the whole bullshit of, oh, it's not cost effective. I'm like, well, here's the thing, cost has very little to do with, innovations. Ladies and gentlemen, our own economy is killing us, and they're trying to pull out, hey, we gotta get more money. Literally, folks, what's the point of shelling out money on our governments? And yes, I'm doing an anti-government thing here because I feel like half of the time they say we need to buckle down as a people. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that, everybody. Well, especially these days, especially now that we're getting into the holidays, everybody's shelling out for whatever they want. A new house, a new car, a new system, or whatever. And ladies and gentlemen, I didn't mean to put it into a political concept, but the reason why we didn't go into this any further into space is because they feel like it's not worth it. They sincerely is basically telling us that, yeah, we're good where we are. That's the real reason why we're not going any further into space. Mind you, one of the other biggest reasons is to the next populated planet, and let's not go there. Let's not go into the fact that, oh, you believe aliens exist. Of course they effing exist. The universe is way too big not to. Of course I believe that there are other planets and other solar systems that have life as well as we do. That in itself is not all that surprising. Honestly, guys, especially how vast this universe is. Should I say multiverse? The only reason we haven't found them or we haven't encountered them is because we already have. Believe it or not, folks, I'm pretty sure we've had plenty of situations where we dealt with those creatures or people from other worlds or other planes of existence. And where, ladies and gentlemen, do you think our myths come from? A lot of our myths come from those kind of situations. Just so you guys know. And I'm not saying this as a thought process. No, I'm telling you a full-on fact. It's a fact because, well, think about it. You guys may not believe me. Fine, cool. You might think it's my opinion, but I wholeheartedly believe it, and to me, it's a fact. To you guys, it's an opinion. Fine, I'll accept it. I'll accept that you guys won't believe what I do, but I wholeheartedly believe that humanity has been touched by by other races, other dimensions. But the reason why we don't know about it is because A, we feel like it's too dangerous to know about it, or B, our own governments are shielding that truth from us. And yes, it's a very wingnut thought process, but if it makes you feel any better, I'm not wearing, I'm not wearing those steel hats. No, because let's face it, folks. If there were planets that had half of the technology in these games, yeah, a steel-plated hat is not gonna protect me if they really wanted to vaporize us. Let's face it. Let's face that fact. Yeah, we say we have some really strong weapons. Okay, but the way we structured everything to the point where we need 15 people to make a decision, yeah, we're screwed the very moment it happens. Let's just face it. Let's just face that fact. Just to make a point, and I'm the last thing while I'm getting to the rest of this video. My last point is, if we got hit by some kind of entity, like another alien race coming at us saying, hey, we're here to conquer you, how long do you think our governments in general, I'm talking about every government comes together, right? They would say, hey, what are we going to do? They're going to spend a week or a month trying to debate whether or not we should surrender or attack. And in the meantime, some idiot generals be like, yeah, they haven't told us anything yet. We're not doing nothing. Yeah, that's only a few of them, of course. There's plenty of others. It's like, yeah, well, while they're spinning their wheels, we're attacking. It's like, why? They never told us to attack. Yeah, I'm not sitting around for them to hit me while everybody I care about is dying. I'm gonna be honest, that is literally the concept. And if you guys don't believe me, look what they did with the pandemic. Yeah, they rolled it out. They rolled out supposed vaccines 2 years later. While people were dying, people were suffering. What they do? They put up situations where we're going to put ourselves more in a debt, and you say that they were helping us. They really were not. They were putting us more into a hole. It's like watching someone get stabbed in the side and gashed all the way from their one side of their body all the way into their stomach, and only putting one band-aid on it, saying that ought to do it. But I digress. Sorry, folks, I didn't mean to go into political, and I apologize if I did, but that's literally how it is. If you guys disagree with me, fine. I'm gonna respect your autonomy to disagree. But I honestly see that's what the case is, especially these days, with our politicians thinking to themselves, "Hey, we believe that we're wrong, and they should just shut up and get over it." That's literally what the politicians are doing now. They just basically think that they're right and we are always just the sheep. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I feel like if we do have to vote, and yeah, this is a promote for voting. If we gotta vote, we gotta. I'm not gonna promote any specific candidate because, like, no, that's not me. But I am gonna. What I'm saying is, if we gotta vote for the right people because, you know, of the United States. And every single time, we've been getting politicians that only is out for themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we should have a self-evaluation for these people because they are doing nothing for us. They are doing everything for their benefit, but not for ours. They seem to forget that they are working for us, not the other way around. Again, I digress. I apologize for going there. I had to get my 2 cents in there. Apparently it was more like $1.
My cargo. My vessel, the Yidis, was attacked by another planet's battleship, and I was forced to flee here. Right now, I'm looking for a crew member, Chloe. Gotta be traipsing about here somewhere.
Oddly lackadaisical way of describing being lost in an unknown land.
She's got a good head on her shoulders, and she's great with languages. Well, roughing it a little won't bother her. And now, I'd like you to answer something for me. What's a princess doing sneaking around outside her castle, with only one bodyguard in tow?
Because I too am looking for someone. Per my intelligence, at one point, he was seen entering the Medum ruins. Therefore, I have a proposition. In return for helping in your search for Chloe, I would like you to assist us in ours.
Sure, but I don't know how much help I'll be. I'm not even from here.
The person we seek is hardly congenial, but he is inquisitive. Your presence will be more persuasive than any argument we can make.
Sounds like I got my work cut out for me.
Perhaps some further information would help. His name is Midas Felgreed. He was a former Meister, one of the 3 most accomplished Semyon in all of us areas. It was long in the coming, but I have finally taken steps forward. I trust that you are willing to help me take a few more, Duma? Strange. What is he doing at this time of night?
So yeah, I'm getting more items for... Yeah, I'm far into the game, mind you folks, and it gets cooler. I like it. It's awesome. Mind you, it gets strenuous because, you know, you do a lot of back and forth, but it's worth it.
Hey, princess. How's it going?
Attempting to walk myself to sleep. My apologies. I should not be burdening you with our troubles.
Hey, I'm the one who said we should join up. I would have never been able to take care of food and lodging by myself. So don't be shy. Let me help you too.
Well, if you insist on it then.
Atta girl. We don't need more than one negative Nelly around, and Albert's got us covered there.
I am the reason he remains so troubled. Please try not to think ill of him.
No, I know. I guess he's, been through a lot, right? All those worries would turn anyone's smile upside down.
Do you feel no need to inquire, to fill in said details?
Where we are is within the kingdom, and Albert's always wary of the Empire. The princess of said kingdom is sneaking around looking for a banished wise man. I can imagine said details. There's bound to be bumps in the road ahead. Let's at least enjoy the quiet while we can, princess.
Might
Yeah.
I then ask something of you?
Sure, name it.
Could you refrain from calling me by my royal title and use only my name?
I gotta think that's gonna make Albert a little mad.
Yes, well, we are undercover, and this would make things enjoyable for me. Do you agree, Ray?
Yep, gotcha. Well, about time to hit the hay.
I too believe I shall return and rest, now that I have spoken my mind.
All right. Good night, Leticia.
Yes. Have a good night, Ray.
Mind you, if you wanted to
All right,
be under
let's head back to
disguise,
the inn.
don't wear battle armor.
Do you think I could keep using this weapon?
Of course. Consider it yours. There is also a merchant within the village. Shall we take a look tomorrow?
Sounds good. Gotta be ready for anything around here. Make sure Duma doesn't get up to anything. It's important cargo. Don't want to break it.
They have been nothing but obedient while in my care.
Still, can't be too careful.
Very well. Oh, it seems the Sandman finally has me in his clutches. I should return.
Oh, quick story for Halloween. Definitely a Halloween story. The whole concept of the Sandman, it was very interesting. I don't know if you guys ever wanted to check it out, but there's the actual real story for the Sandman is very Grimm's fairy tale. You know, the whole. Well,
Exquisite.
you guys probably heard maybe the DC version. Sorry, not the DC, the Disney version.
Tomorrow if I do not rest soon. Not to mention the earful from Albert.
So basically, the Disney version is he goes to everyone in the world, and sends them to sleep with special sand, which is the myth of when you get up and you get the dust out of your eyes. Well, that's the sand that puts you to sleep. Well, actually, I'm not gonna put any medical stuff because I have no idea what this stuff is. It's probably some kind of salt buildup that your eyes do at certain times when you wake up. I have no idea. I'm not a medical professional or nothing, like at all. I just know like basic anatomy, like everybody else. Nothing too extensive. But anyway, the real story is there's like different versions of it, but the basic real story of the Sandman is he's basically another version of Freddy Krueger. Yes, folks, that Freddy Krueger. He basically takes you from he's basically a sand demon, a dream demon. He takes you and puts you either to work in the sands of time. That's again, this is just the story. He makes you work tirelessly to the point where you are exhausted even in your sleep. I don't know how that works, but apparently he has this ability, and this allows him to get to as much sand as possible from like certain. It's kind of like clay for him, but like it's very deep into the sands of time, and makes you work for it. That's one story. The other story is he takes you, and as I said, he gives you like your best dream ever, and then all of a sudden, once he gets what he wants from you, he's basically draining you of your life force. Which, you know, there's a myth saying, I don't know if there's a myth that this creature takes you. It gives you your best fantasy, which derives the saying, "Too good to be true," right? Because whenever you think to yourself, "Hey, too good to be true. This can't be real." Well, that was reference to him, to the Sandman, because whenever you get, he's giving you everything you want, sweet. He's giving you cakes, whatever. He's making you the king of the castle, doing whatever you want. And your brain is basically being flooded with all these emotions and all these chemicals, to the point where your brain is exhausted, secreting all these chemicals. And yeah, I know, the scientific concept. Anyway, so what he does is basically drain you of your life force, to the point where eventually he would kill you. Yeah, the Dream Demon will actually kill you. Have you guys ever played Pokemon? Pokemon, you know, there's a couple of Pokemon, Drowsy and Hypno. If you want to think what Drowsy looks like, and that's the basic face of the Sandman, or the Dream Eater. That's literally what his nickname is the Dream Eater. And yes, there's a special attack in Pokemon where you put him to sleep. It's like a combo move. You put him to sleep, and you use an attack called Dream Eater, which basically harms you while you're asleep. That was a reference to the Sandman, because that's literally what he does. He basically uses, you know, his ability to sweet talk you, and then all of a sudden he's draining you. He's turning you into his sustenance. You're basically his meal. So yeah, that was there's different versions of it. I mean, like I said, the most tamest one that I just told you was basically he literally works you to death. And of course, a lot of people say, hey, he's like, you can't die in a dream. Well, apparently this guy has the ability to work your dream self to the point where you're mentally exhausted, to the point where you just want to give up on life, and all of a sudden, done. And I think, that was literally just me giving you guys a story for Halloween. Kind of creepy, huh? Makes you not want to go to sleep. Yeah, I did that, and when I heard about that story, I was like, okay, that actually makes more sense.
Good night.
And yes, it makes more sense to me. You ever seen that movie Guardians? The one with all the, you know, the Santa Claus, the Sandman, all that, right? And the Boogeyman was using Dark's
Morning. Before we head out, I just wanted to thank you again. So, thanks, Letitia, Albert.
Good morning to you too, Ray.
So, where exactly are we headed? I kind of forgot.
The mining town of Delwick, which lies far to the south. Once we reach it, we can take stock of our situation.
Oh, right. Sorry, this is the first time I've had a good night's sleep in a while. I'm still not quite with it yet.
Then you'll have yourself to blame if you are attacked.
Yeah, so basically that story is a story I've heard when I was a kid, and I was like, that one seems more true than the bullcrap story about me going to sleep with sand. And yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was a very interesting story. Mind you, it kept with me because to me it seemed that one seems more of a truth than the Disney version that I've been told as a kid. The whole boogeyman thing, And the reason I mentioned the Guardians is because the character of Boogeyman, you guys never noticed if you've watched the movie that he basically took out the Sandman first because you guys want to know why? Because the Boogeyman in that movie was the original Sandman. He was the original Sandman. He basically is the one that tried. The creatures that he created they're called nightmares, and these nightmares are the ones that wanted to enslave and basically use people to make himself more real.
Far from here?
It is.
Yes.
The Delvier region ahead
There's a lot of
is vast.
stories about him
Wager even a seasoned traveler would
and-
consider it quite a distance.
Ray.
Come, we make for the region of Delvier.
Southbound from our current position, I believe.
You seem to be getting used to using a sword, Ray. At first, your movements were rather unrefined, to say the least.
Yeah, you think so? I guess I can't really tell if I am refined or not.
You need merely continue practicing. I shall be relying on your skill.
Well, I shall do what I can.
Yeah, I just took out this guy with a ram attack.
So, it falls to me.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, he basically was trying to control the world because, that was. There's a lot of stories about him trying to do that stuff to, enter the world of the living to conquer it.
How did you know I was gonna ask you for directions?
I merely read the look of confusion written upon your face.
Not to be a pain, but are we almost to the Delvier region?
So yeah, that was literally my my story of the day. Again, then that was my second one. I apologize for this very small delay, and I promise I'll do something something in this video to make up for it. I apologize, but I kind of had to tell you guys that story because, well, I felt like it was relevant. Unlike my little politic spiel.
Crossed into Delvier territory.
Sure did. Let's keep on keeping on, I guess. Delvier village.
And before any of you ask whether or not, I'm some kind of, Democrat or Republican, I'm a pedestrian, folks. I don't identify as any particular organization. I really don't, because I feel like it's a really bad idea to do that. I feel like if one side has the same thought processes as me, then I'll go with them. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna be part of them, because both have their problems. They really do.
Do not treat me like a child, Albert.
And people say, hey, which side are you on? I'm like, I'm on the side that gets me more money for my family. If people are helping me to get more money into my bank account so I can feed my family, then I'm with them. That's the side I'm on.
Hear ya.
And before you ask, no, I am not a sellout. I am not. But I do survive. I survive. And no, selling out doesn't entirely make you survivable. But it makes it easier. No, there are things that I will not do to get that money. I have limits. Like, for instance, if the government tries to tell me, hey, you got to do this so we can help you. If I don't ethically believe that that's the case and it will do no good in the long run, I will not abide by it.
I must catch my breath.
Destroy.
See, I don't do anything
How exquisite.
that... See, I have an ethic, a very strong point of ethics. And if my ethics... If people don't agree with my ethics, fine. I just don't interact with them.
Initiate emergency protocols.
Like at work, I had a lady that, yeah, I'm gonna say this because, like, I'm not gonna mention her because I don't even know her name, and thank the gods I didn't, because, you know, I didn't want her to know her name, for the fact that she was kind of annoying. I'm sorry, people are just people, man. I can't. I just go to work, and she just went too far, in my personal opinion. So basically, she, yeah. So basically, what she did was, she put on one of my last nerves. She said,
Destroy.
it was like, I can't stand you know, people from other countries going into our, yeah, no, I'm not kidding. She actually said this. She said, I can't stand people that come from other places going into our country, stealing our, you know, hard-earned jobs. And me, I'm listening to this chick going, you're literally hearing yourself right now, right? You're basically trying to pull that, I'm a racist card? Really? Literally, she said, I believe that it's like, I don't like them coming into my you know, my country, you know, because of this and that and this and there, and I'm sitting there going, ma'am, you don't like people coming into this country because what? You don't like the idea of what? You don't like what don't you like about them coming into the United States? It's like, well, they're stealing our jobs, and that's what she said. And I'm like, ma'am, my family was yeah, my family is from another country. She had to stop. She had to look at me. And for like a teensy second, I could have sworn she was like, oh crap. For about a second, and she continued, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. Ma'am, I'm done. I didn't even say it, but like, I walked away. I was like, I'm done. No more, no done. No more, no more, no more. I wasn't gonna sit there and have some crotchety old Betty give me crap for my family being you know, immigrants. Mind you, it was only, and I'm gonna be like, my mother was the only immigrant, honestly, but I didn't like the fact that she pulled that. I'm like, why did you have to go there? Why that not? No, it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a good thing. It makes you look like a racist bitch. And yes, I'm saying that because that's literally what it is. She was a racist bitch. And then she pulls the, my family was my family was veterans all throughout my life, and I'm like, good for you. I don't care. And this was before she did the whole tirade of, you know, them, I don't like them being, you know, immigrants. And I'm like, yeah, well, I doubt they think it's a great thing either. Oh, wait, they don't, have a choice. They don't have a choice of where they came from, do they? I seriously just looked at her like with the most. I cannot believe you just said that. Like, really? Read the room. Here's the part that here's the part that irritated me, folks. She was before her. I had to help someone. I had to help someone that spoke. I had to help that. Hold on. Anyway, as I was saying, I had to help someone that she knew spoke Spanish, because I spoke Spanish to her, which irritated me to no end. Like, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I felt like I was like, did you not just hear me speak Spanish to someone? And I feel like that was the trigger that got her to telling me that she doesn't like people that, you know, come from other countries. Like, well, I didn't come from a different country, and I speak Spanish. So I feel like that was an insulting thought process.
Village over there?
So yeah, that's my little tirade. I have issues with people that do that, and I'm like, yes, I did attend her and everything, but she, like I said, the only time she even brought that out, like, I'm sorry, I'm not kidding. She brought that out, and I was like, glad that she didn't do it in the middle of the sandwich, because I would have thrown it away and told her to get out. She did it at the end of her transaction. Thank the God she was leaving, because I did not want to continue that conversation. So, like I said, I did attend her.
Huh. Talk about bustling.
Well, Belric is the largest and most productive mining town in the kingdom. Don't expect us to go looking for you if you get lost.
Yeah. So, what's our next move?
First thing tomorrow morning, we go pay a visit to the resident. Okay, see you around. Oops, sorry about that.
It's quite all right. You're not hurt, are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Never seen you here before. But if you're feeling under the weather, don't hesitate to drop by the infirmary. The Ietraman's.
I know what happened. You were probably making one of your faces, and she assumed you were on death's door.
Perhaps I was. Were you and Her Highness not such a handful, though, I wouldn't have to make any face.
Ooh, hear that? Sounds like he's bad-mouthing you.
Only because you goad him. Reap what you have sown by yourself. Keep
Ouch.
me out of it. Exquisite.
Mind you, I love how like she's like, yeah, because you opened it. So yeah, I'm letting that one go. So as I was saying, she basically did do the whole racist thing, but she didn't do it in the middle of it, because like I said before, I would have not really thrown, but like I would have basically said, you know what, I'm done. I don't take that kind of attitude, and it kind of pisses me off because my family is, you know, they try really hard to get. They really try to live their lives peacefully, and it's people like you that I hate. Like, they basically say, well, I don't like immigrants. I'm like, well, I don't like bigots like you, so fuck you. Seriously, I do. I hate people that do that shit. I can't stand them. I have no. And the girl and the lady just looks at me and is like, well, I was like, what about we were talking about? I was like, no, I gotta go. I gotta go do some work done.
Oh, exquisite.
And she just left. I mean, with no visible. Like, she was like, I thought we were having fun here. She had that look, like, I thought we were just having fun. Well, I would.
What are those insects again?
It would have been fun. It really would have.
Pardon us.
If you hadn't opened your mouth about it.
This is pretty good.
So, yeah. Now you guys know about my issue on this. And before any of you guys ask,
How do we find this?
if any of you guys have to ask, my family is from Mexico. I'm not telling which state of Mexico, because yes, Mexico has a state. Really? It's a country. All countries have states. If any of you guys don't know. Anyway, so the state, yeah, my mom came from, you know, over the border, mind you, and we never had an issue. Honestly, we never had an issue.
So the guy you're looking for is at the infirmary or whatever?
Apparently so.
It looks as though the infirmary is located farther up on the hill. Let us make for the west side of the village.
So, yeah. And you guys ask, if you guys have any questions, I'll be I'll be okay with answering any cultural questions. I have no problems with it. I'm proud of who my family is. That's why I told her, that lady, to, you know.
So what are we waiting for? Let's meet this guy.
Very well.
Like I said, I'm very proud of who I am and where I'm from, my family, and their struggles. And that's the one thing I love about my family, is they're very strong people. They very are. Mind you, that can be said in many ways, because they're very strong and very hard-headed. Yes, that also includes moi. I'm very hard-headed. I actually cracked cement with my own skull once when I was a kid. That's how hard-headed I am. Figurative and literal. See, the difference is, folks, I try not to be so hard-headed. Some people just do it without meaning to. It's actually ridiculous. It's like, oh, you have a thick skull, or no. It's like, oh, yeah, it's like, go ahead, say it. I am a Mexican. Proud of it. The one thing I've always loved about myself is my ability to speak Spanish. Mind you, it isn't the best in the world. I'm not going to be some kind of linguist. No. I'm just very proud of it, because it makes me feel special for knowing a different language. And honestly, I love it. I love knowing Spanish. There are times that I might forget certain words in Spanish. Hell, I'll do that. I do that with English. I mean, seriously, I forget my English half the time. But then again, I do the same thing for Spanish. I forget what I have to say in English and say in Spanish, and vice versa. That's actually the fun part of knowing two languages. It's one of the funnest quirks. If you guys ever want me to say something in Spanish, or even make a video in Spanish, I'm willing. If any of you guys ask. If you don't ask, I won't. It's that simple. The reason I say you gotta ask for it, it's
Exquisite.
I just want to know if anybody's interested. Otherwise, I won't even bother.
How exquisite.
Boo-yeah.
How exquisite.
Okay, so let's get to this. Yes, folks, I am going to do a lot of things right now. I'm gathering these little crystals, which I don't know if I said it in other videos, but allows me to
Pardon us.
upgrade my little floating friend there.
Perhaps.
Long story short,
Take us
I
to
gotta
the
go.
abandoned mine.
Okay, you got it. Right this way.
Yeah, I've already done this like 3 times.
Hurry! Maester Marcus, are you alright?
Think it's poison?
Can't feel my legs.
Siphon the venom out!
Didn't know it'd be this bad. All right, people, got an Atromancer here. And she brought medicine.
Okay, first I gotta figure out what exactly is wrong with them. Next, need to find a place where I can lay everything out. Then...
Damn, just can't catch a break, huh? Albert, Leticia, Duma, you ready to throw down?
Of course.
This shall not take long. Victory will be ours. You'll not be the last.
Warning. Energy levels. Threat neutralized.
For my own understanding, do you often see these monsters around here?
No. I've never seen anything like them in my life.
Now that you mention it, have you even met this doctor before?
I have.
Nina's pretty busy, so I guess that leaves us 3 to get him out.
You mean the 3 people who have no clue how to navigate these tunnels?
We might know.
Then it is decided. Into the depths we go.
So be it. However, these mines will be teeming with fiends. By failing to prepare, we prepare for death.
That's a good line. It's a very good line, actually.
How exquisite.
Now let's go find the doctor.
Do not let your zeal lead you to injury.
We are nearing the entrance to the mines. We must eliminate them here.
Mitigating damage to the village is paramount.
Destroyed.
Have you now?
Warning. Energy levels.
And
They were fools to try.
My promise left unfulfilled.
I iced them.
exquisite. There is an enemy in the back. Take care.
This one is capable of wielding semionets. Dodge those attacks and make it pay.
Destroy.
Bleed.
Initiate emergency
Enemies on
protocol.
the ceiling.
Beyond our reach. Don't we have some semiomancy we can hit him with?
Insufficient.
Live to fight another day.
How exquisite.
All right. Looks like we finally made it out in the open.
Ray, this enemy is clearly unlike the others.
Pretty strong too from the looks of it. What's the plan? Take it out?
Combat is not always the best strategy. Consider retreat as a viable option as well.
Well, what do you know? Yeah, guys, you have to be careful in a lot of these videos, a lot of these quests if you ever get into this game, because yeah, you're gonna be outnumbered a lot of times.
Enemies up ahead. Hang back. I got this.
Energy levels low. Perimeter secure.
Yes, I can sell half that cred and get some.
What's up with these huge crystals?
It is a wonder crystals this large yet remain in the mines.
Should we try bashing? Maybe it'll break. Get the jump on him!
Insufficient output. Destroy. Threat neutralized.
This will sting!
Threat eliminated.
Hey, are we sure the doc is really down here?
We must trust that he is, and continue onward.
We're being overwhelmed.
Against these numbers, one wrong move and it's lights out.
Warning. Energy levels low. Destroy. Threat neutralized.
These mines are supposed to be abandoned, but a great many crystals yet remain.
This does not bode well. Let us venture deeper.
And this is where I'm supposed to be. Okay, let's do this. Yes, folks, I promised you a little action, and this is where I'm gonna get it.
I don't understand. This nest has had time to develop and no monsters have attacked? How is that possible?
I'd say ask that thing, but looks like it ain't in the mood.
Indeed.
Let us put down this
Warning. Energy levels low. Destroyed.
Alright, you oversized piece of bait. So, do. Yep, I'm getting my butt kicked. Eesh. And KO. Yeah, I got munched. Mind you, I think I should go at least 2 more levels before I try that again.
Understand.
We shall prevail. Prepare yourselves for battle.
Copy that.
Ouch. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to cut this off until the next video, and like always, like, subscribe, and please comment down below what your opinions of what I just said were. And like always, thank you for everything, Kandorians, and be safe, be good. And if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, well, that's your problem, innit? Take care.